Welcome to Open Up's Practice Today. I'm Mary Ellen, and today is Yoga for a Happy Back. Oftentimes our low back can get really sore from either sitting or not getting enough time to move and mobilize our hips, our torso, our shoulders, and strengthening in the legs. So today we're gonna get started standing. Some props that we'll use are a block or maybe a book, something that you can gather to squeeze and hold in between your legs and hands, and also a chair. I'm setting up my mat so that it's already rolled out. My chair is on the mat so that it doesn't move around when we use it. You can have your chair so that the seat opens up towards you at the top of your mat. That would be terrific, so we can use it once we get to the floor. So please get started standing up with your prop that you're gonna be able to squeeze in between your hands. Walk your feet about 6 inches apart. Evenly ground the legs, a little softness in the knees. Bend the elbows and bring that prop right in front of your chest. Start to squeeze your hands as if you're gonna crush the block in half. Try not to do it with your jaw or your fingertips. Really the strength of your arms. Do you feel that heat? Take a breath in and a breath out. Now please extend the arms out in front of you, still holding and pushing the block to the center. And reach the arms overhead, feeling the sides of your body get longer. Send the arms forward, and please place that block in between the thighs now, the narrow width. Same idea. Push the thighs together, hugging the block without clenching the toes, the mouth, or the hands. Let your legs really fire up. Push the feet down, squeeze your thigh, and notice what else activates here. Maybe your buttocks, and then you start to lengthen the torso even longer. Take another breath in, and relax, breath out. Just like we moved the arms, we're now gonna move the legs, staying stationary with the feet. Come back to the squeezing sensation. Firm that block, turn on the buttocks, lengthen the torso. Bend the knees, sitting back as if you're gonna sit in that chair, and then straighten the legs. Now with the breath, we inhale, sit back. We exhale, firm the thighs even more. Don't lose that prop in between the legs. One more time, sit all the way back, and then go ahead and squeeze the thighs, keep that block in place. Move the block in between the hands again, and we're gonna take it back to our palms. Let's repeat that sequence, adding on. Firm in the feet, a little softness in the knees. Push the block together. Straighten the arms out in front of you. This time, keep the hips as they are, but turn the torso. Feel as the navel is moving away from the blocks. Take a breath in. Stay for the breath out. Come back to center, bend the elbows, give your arms a break. Now begin to squeeze the block, activate the arms, solid in the legs, reach the arms, extending the elbows, send your arms to the other direction, just twisting the upper body. The navel turns away from the block. Palm squeezes the block, breathe in. Stay for the exhale. Return back to center. Bend the elbows, please. Now let's bring the block in between the thighs. Just like we did on the other side, we're just gonna add on, but start with the foundation that we know. Bend the knees, inhale, sit back. As you exhale, squeeze the block, squeeze the buttocks, lift your chest up tall. Now let's go ahead and add on. Sit back, inhale. Now reach one arm forward and the other arm back. Chair twist. Stay for an inhale. Sit further back and turn the chest as you exhale. Notice how my knees are still pointing forward. Gather your arms to the center. Stand all the way up on your exhale. Other side, please sit back. Notice those legs are getting active. Reach the opposite arm forward, the other arm back, twisting the chest open, firming those thighs. Breathe in. Notice my knees aren't turning, they're pointing forward and my chest is turning. Come all the way back with those arms. Exhale, come to standing. Release that tension and release your block. Move the block to the floor, not too far away. And notice how you set it down. Make sure that you're bending at your knees and hinging at the hips and not just relying on the reach of the body. Really get that access of the block all the way to the ground. We're going to lower down to the floor, but let's take a few movements of the arms. So as we come to sun breaths, I want you to ground through the legs, reach the arms out and up. Breath in, palms together, thumb bones, come to the heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms together and pause. One more time, sun breath reaches you tall, gathers you in as you exhale out. Now, using your chair to help you come down to the floor is a great option. So I'm going to bring my hands to the lip of the chair. I'm going to walk my feet back and pull the hips towards the back of my mat. Think downward facing dog like April taught us in one of the first weeks. Just like down dog, my hands are grounded, my feet are grounded, and my hips are actually lifting up and also grounding me so that the arms can lengthen, the torso, and the back of the thighs. Release the head. Take a point on your mat and notice, remind yourself that we're gonna travel down. So imagine yourself traveling down first, and then bend the knees and go ahead and travel down. Maybe it's one knee and then the other. And then scoot yourself a little closer to the lip of the chair and sit back on your heels. Walk your hands forward and lower your forehead down. Similar to child's pose, but instead of our hands and our chest on the mat, we get this height and it feels different in the body. Breathe in and breath out. Walk your hands back closer to the lip of the chair. And you're gonna move your knees a little farther away this time. The stretch is going to intensify. So if it feels like too great of a stretch, you can always come back to the first round. Please sit your hips back, climb the arms forward, and let the head go. Now my head is not touching the chair, but it's still finding that release in the neck. Adding a twist on so that we can really release the back, you're going to take one arm underneath of the chair. Thread the needle, walking the hand towards one of the legs and letting the head dangle. Really opening up through the shoulders, the middle back, and notice as the lower back begins to turn. Really gentle in the head. Gently begin to return the hand back and switch to the other side. Other arm comes beneath the chair, reaching towards one of the legs and letting the head softly heavy. Return your bottom hand to the top of the chair and find that child's pose variation one more time. Maybe you walk the knees even further back this time as you slip your head closer to the floor. Releasing the shoulders. Come back to a tall spine as you bring your hands down to the floor. And then walk your hands close to the chair, have a seat. And we're gonna send those legs onto the lip of the chair. So as you begin to lie back, drape your calves onto the chair here and feel comfortable on the torso. So the upper back is supported. And if you need any additional support, please take it. After you've joined me on the floor with the legs supported by the chair, bend your knees so that the feet are more on the edge of the chair. Heels can also be more on the seat. From this point, if you have that prop still handy, please place it between the thighs as we did when we were standing. Position the palms down into the floor, heels push into the chair, and lift your seat up just a few inches. Firm that block. The back of the hips and the lower back are lifting. The rest of the body is still on the floor. Take another breath in, a breath out. And as you inhale, slowly come down to the ground. Remove your prop to the side and pause. Just like we learned in Nikki's bridge pose class, similar to bridge, we are rooting in the feet and in the hands and lifting the middle of the body up. So if you don't have access to a chair, coming into bridge pose is a great way to also have a happy back. Straighten one leg on the chair and bend the other knee into your chest and hold on to it with your hands. Let your body take time to relax more into the ground. Breath in, breath out. Stretch that folded knee straight to the ceiling. Lift the heel of the foot up higher, energizing the back of your leg. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up, carrying your upper body as the leg moves forward towards the chair. Knee into your chest again. Compress the knee to your body as you lower the head. Drape that bent knee over the chair and pause. Hold the other knee into your chest. Gather the hands to hug it in tight. Soothing breath in, soothing breath out. Give yourself time to feel the back on the ground. Stretch your folded knee straight up to the sky. Heel grows taller. One more breath here like this. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders as your leg moves closer to the chair, reaching your arms forward. Please bring your knee to your chest and fall back gently to the ground. Leg drapes onto your chair. Bring your arms by your sides. Let's try our chair bridge pose again. Bending your knees so that the heels are more on the seat. Reaching for your prop to place it between the thighs. Push the palms down. Heels into the chair. Float the hips and low back off the mat. Breathe in. Breath out. Firm the block and release your tongue, maybe even stick it out. One more breath here. Exhale. And slowly lower all the way down to the earth. Move the block to the side and bring both knees into your chest for a hug. Rock side to side. Keep this rocking motion, but move the knees a little bit farther away. They might even touch the chair. And again, move your knees side to side. happy baby, knees towards the shoulders, flip the feet up, and reach maybe for ankles or inner knees. We want to hug the knees closer to the arms. In this blissful shape, we feel the two sides equally turning open. Creating more space. Bring your knees back together to touch. Drape your calves over the chair. And notice your body right here. Soak in all of the benefits of moving our bodies mindfully. Taking the time to check in, to strengthen, and to also soften. Bend your knees a little bit so that the feet are towards the end of the chair. Pick your hips up and scooch the hips over to one side. Roll completely onto the other side. The feet come off of the chair. From this seated position, climb your way up and turn towards the chair as you find a seat. Bring your hands towards the knees and round the spine like cat. Pull the chest forward, cow. Come back to center, walk the hands back behind you. Tap your feet on your chair. This shape is boat pose or Navasana, like Nikki has taught us in the past. So from this position, you want the chest to really lift and the shoulders to drape back. And then lift the feet so now that you have to use your abdominal strength here. Maybe begin to straighten the legs. Take a breath in, a breath out. Cross one leg in front of the other. Easy seat. Lifting shoulders over the hips. Reach the arms up and reach for the chair as you stretch the sides of the body. Lower the head. Relax the feet. Take another breath in and a breath out. Reach the arms up. Lift your forehead from the chair. Bring the hands back behind you. Uncross your legs and set the toes on your chair here very lightly. Bring your hands this time behind your thighs. Boat pose Navasana. Chest rises, shoulders shrug, and legs lengthen up towards the sky. Can point or begin to flex the feet, whatever feels most comfortable in your ankles. Take another breath in. Play with releasing those hands towards the chair as you reach your chest up. Cross the other leg in front. Easy seat, sit up well. Side body stretch, arms reach up and over towards the chair. See if you can reach for another point of the chair now that we've lengthened even more. Lift up to a tall spine. Turn away from the chair. So as you spin yourself around, move your shoulders towards the chair and hold on to maybe the legs. You can always do this at the wall, pressing your back up against the wall. Now find your prop again, place it in between the legs. It could be knees or upper thighs. Holding on to the chair, you're gonna lift up well. Peel your upper body away from it and begin to hinge forward, seated forward bend. Paschimottanasana. Lift up well. As your shoulders touch the chair, maybe you even arch the upper back. Bring your focus back to center, staff pose, Dandasana, and then pull away from the chair, but still holding onto the legs. A little rounding of the upper back is great. Back to staff pose. Maybe you bend the upper back, lengthening. Neutral, holding on to the chair here as you press the shoulders into the chair. And then peel yourself away as you fold closer to your legs. And we meet ourselves back to center. Releasing the block, bending your right knee into your chest. Take your left hand around that front knee and reach your arm around and turn your body gently. You can hold on to the back or to the rail, whatever feels supportive and is not going to move. And then your body moves with the stability of the prop. Please untwist, give your knee a hug, and let it go. Send it off. Other knee bends, and we twist, wrapping our arm and holding onto the prop behind us. Anchoring our seat, lifting up well, and turning away from the legs. Gently unwrap your body, pull the knee in, straighten it forward, feet together to touch, butterfly pose, and start to flap the butterfly wings. Push the feet together and lift the chest up well. Before our practice can turn into a butterfly, it has to go through a process. Think about the caterpillar forming its cocoon. It gets messy. There's a lot of work in between in transformation. Before blossoming into the butterfly, we have to break down the practice, make mistakes, learn from those, feel around our bodies, and take our time learning more about ourselves. The breath circulating through our body is so important. So using our breath to help facilitate the learning of ourselves in the practice. Embrace your butterfly for where it is today. And thank yourself for moving your yoga for a happy back. Let's bring our knees together, squeezing them in tight, and then either sitting up in the chair or coming to your shins, changing your seat. If you'll join me by bringing the palms together, collecting the two sides of our body in unity, bowing to ourselves, and thanking one another for finding our own path from our cocoon, turning and transforming into our own butterfly. Look forward to joining us next time. Open Up's practice, creating the yoga that is here for you today, joining by everybody around the world.